it there, clear it out, turn it on once, twice, and done. Simple as that. It's just, how creative you want to get with it. So I have spots here. Oh no, I'm sorry, these are pars again, so it doesn't matter. But I needed to bring my pars down. But same thing, I'm just doing an intensity. So this is an intensity effect. If I open it up real quick just to show you, view effects, it is a dim chase. So it's just an intensity effect, a dim chase. I do need to have my spots at 0% in order to see it because it's an intensity effect, but same thing. It's nice that I can always make this button also, it's in the execute window. You could write it into a queue, of course, whatever, but I like having a button here that I can just turn on and just make that effect happen. I could also, of course, just because we're in the execute window, I can make it into a flash button as well and just hold it, let it do its thing, and then let go, and then just kind of repeat that. Same thing here with spots. Oh, for this one, so what I did here was I need to bring my spot intensity up. No, I guess I don't. Turn this off. What I did in here is put a QStack macro to turn this one on. So if we look inside this one, you'll see there's a macro here to turn on its partner, E05, so that's page and that's item number. So when I hold this one down, this is a flash also. When I hold this one down, you'll see this one turn on. And then it's going to do both. So I don't know if you notice, I got to turn this one off because I didn't write another Q to turn this one off. That's just on me. But if you notice, the spots on the outside and the washes or the pars back there. So the pars are going inside to out and the washes are going, or the spots here are going from the outside in. Same, just dim chase on both. But, it's an interesting look to have both going in each different direction. Again, that's only a one shot. So those are both one shots. This here is a 3-shot. So it's just a 3-position dim. I'm sorry, it's a 2-position dim. Position 1 being in, and position 2 being, or position 1 being a fan out, and position 2 being kind of a middle position up here in the air. But it did it 3 times, and then it's done. Same thing, really simple. Just made the effect come in and make that 3-shot. If I wanted to make it, just once, just make it happen once. One. And done. And then this one, I don't remember what I did with this one. I think I did spots and profiles, maybe. No. I don't remember. This might have been nothing. I don't remember what that one was. I'll look into that one in a second, maybe. So that is 1-shot, 2-shot, and 3-shot stuff. Really pretty cool. You can write it into a QStack, of course. I'm just putting it here on execute windows just to show you. But of course, you can write it into queues, and it will still honor the 1-shot time or the 2-shot time. So you can press play, go, and then have it do the effect however many times you want, 1 to 4, and then it will just stop, and you can move on to your next queue. These are bounces. It's going to be similar in creation to 1-shot. You're just creating an effect like normal, and then you're just changing the direction to bounce. So this is a sim wash bounce. So sim for me is symmetrical. So in my group window, I have a symmetrical group, a symmetrical wash group here. So this symmetrical wash group is these wash fixtures, but they're in 201, 207, 202, 208. So this is 201, that's 207, this is 202, that's 208. So they're chosen in a symmetrical pattern. So that way I don't have to use 2 different groups. I can just use one group in my group window, use that one, and then just apply whatever effect it is that I want to put on there. In this case, it's just an intensity effect. I just put them into a fan out look, and it's just an intensity effect. So that's one. Let's see what this one is. This is another bounce effect. This is going into out. So if we open this up, so view item, Q, it is set to out bounce. So again, it is just a dim chase, simple kind of dim chase, but you'll see we have added these here: forward bounce, backward bounce, in bounce, and out bounce. So every direction that we're used to in MagicQ world, in, out, left, and right, pretty much covers everything. If I wanted to change it, of course, just change it. That's the nice thing about MagicQ and our effects, just how easy it is to update things and stuff. This one I need to turn on my fixtures, I believe. And here you got, I guess you can call it a Knight Rider effect. Again, just a simple bounce effect. It's just a red flick over a blue wash. Again, view item, view Q, view effects. It's just a forward bounce. It still honors everything. So if I change my fade time, you know, I'll get more snap, more fadey stuff rather than snappy stuff. It introduced that white. I'm not sure there, it went away. My width, it honors my width. So if I want more or less of a certain thing, so more red lights or less red lights. If I want to just, someone said, oh, I just want 2, I can just, you know, change my width to where I have 2 fixtures on now. So that stuff still honors all that stuff. It's just a matter of direction, really, what it comes down to. And what you want to apply it to. I mean, this is on color, this is on intensity. This is, might not, it says blue-red, but I don't see any red there. I probably didn't record. I just didn't, it's the same thing as this one, really. It was just reversed. It was red wash with a blue bounce. I probably didn't save the red wash is all. I could probably update it, but it's not what we're talking about, so it's not a big deal. This is probably a forward bounce just by looking at it. Yeah, forward bounce. Oh, and this is a backward bounce. I wonder why this is not working. So there is red. Do I have it on something else maybe? There we go. That's what it was. See, I knew you do these in one day and then by the next day you forget what it is. So yeah, I just have one fixture doing one bounce and one fixture doing the other bounce. This is doing a forward bounce and this is doing a backward bounce, so they're kind of going in opposite directions is all. The effects themselves, of course, pretty simple, right? It's just creativity, and this is why we get into doing what we like to do, because it's just a matter of how you want to use these effects and things like that. So that's bounce stuff. Again, pretty simple. You can apply it to lots of different attributes and things like that. I think color and position or color intensity are probably the 2 biggest ones people will use them for. And then chunks. So chunks is breaking your rig up into chunks that work with your effect. So chunks are different than parts and segments. Parts and segments will either separate or pair your fixtures, your group of fixtures. Depending on if you're using parts, it will separate them by that amount, and then if you're using segments, it will pair them by that amount. So 2 segments will pair 2 fixtures together, whereas 2 parts will give you 1 fixture, pass by the other fixture, and then give you the second fixture, pass by one, give you the second fixture. Chunk will take the entirety of the rig and break it down into chunks that work with that number. So, for example, let's see what we got here. So if I do something simple like this, just using the washes or the spots here, 12 lights, in 2 chunks, we get 2 sides, left and right. That's it. It's just taking 12 fixtures and splitting them into 6 and 6, 2 chunks, 50%. This is going to be 3 chunks. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and just repeat that. This is spots and profiles. Let me bring up this other fader here, though. So this looks like it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chunks. So I take it back because I didn't have this on. I couldn't see the other ones, but now with both these on, we can see that it's 5 chunks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to be a little careful with chunks because it's going to divide the rig into the number of chunks that you're asking it to. But depending on how you've chosen those fixtures or what number of fixtures are in that group, it could give you some anomalous stuff. It could give you some weird stuff. So you kind of have to play with it and see. Applying it is really easy. Let's just take, for example, the spots here. And if we apply an effect, we'll do a color effect. Do a 2-color effect. We'll just do blue and green. Again, I like to take the crossfade down whenever we're showing effects because you can just see it much easier. This is a normal effect, no chunks. You have your segments here. We have our parts. Where is our parts? Up here. And chunks happens when you hold shift. So segments, see I'm getting 2, 2, 2, 2, that's segments of 2. If I do parts of 2, it separates it. So 1 skips 1, gives me green, skips 1, gives me green, it separates it. Same here with parts of 3. If I can get 3. There we go. Oh, almost had it. Well, just do it here instead. So now it gives me 1, and then it skips 2, gives me 1, skips 2, gives me 1. So parts skip, segments put them together. Chunks, I shouldn't have cleared that out. Just do the same thing. Chunks, hold down shift, and your segments will turn into chunks. Okay, so here if I do 2 chunks, I'm going to get 1, 2, just like I had before with that previous one. If I do 3, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3. If I do 6, it's going to break it up into, you can see it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, it's 2 pretty much because it's 12 fixtures. But if I do 7 or 5, it's going to give me, yeah. Four, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like it's giving me 6 there. So this is where it's going to be hard to divide the numbers by like numbers. This is where the math is going to, it's either going to work or not, is my point. Sometimes you're going to have to play with different fixture grouping configurations in order to get chunks that work for you. For example, like this one here is 4 chunks, but because of the look, because of the overall look, it kind of works. You know, granted, these 2 are crossing here, but these 2 down here are crossing as well. So, you know, it kind of works, but you get this one, this is 4 chunks here. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I try and change this to 5 chunks or something like that, I'm sorry, to like 6 or 7 chunks, that might not look as good. You can see it's a little more, I'm getting one pink one up here, or I'm sorry, one teal one up here, when the rest of them, when this one turns pink and teal, like I don't like that. I wouldn't want to do that. So that's what I mean by you have to think about your groupings and think about what's going to look good. You know, this looks good with 2 chunks. It might look good with 3. It looked good with 5. So you just have to kind of play with what you got going on. But for large arrays, for festivals, when you have video screens and you have 5 lights on top of that video screen, maybe 5 lights on the bottom of the video screen, and then stage left and stage right have mirrors of those. So you got 5, 10, 15, 20 lights on top and bottom of video screens, and then you have others. So it helps to break those up into chunks. And then you can, it's much easier to think about grabbing an entire group of fixtures and just breaking them up into chunks rather than sitting there trying to do the math and figure out this is fixture 101 through 107, this is that, and making all these individual groups. That's all. To set, I mean, of course, you can always go back into it and set it to 0, set any number. So that's whatever. You can always update your effects easily in MagicQ just by finding your effect, viewing it, view the cube, view the effect, or including it and then going to the programmer. Either way works, and then just changing it. Again, just remember that in ChamSys we always say all good things are under shift. So just remember that your chunks and even something like this attack here is under shift. Just remember that. Just to show you again, the other way to take a look at something, if I wanted to, I could include this. And then if I just go to the programmer, there's my effect. So either way works if you need to go in and edit an effect after the fact. Personally, I like to go in and say view item, view cube, view effect. And then I can just change whatever I want and close the window. Always remember you don't have to save anything after you've changed effects. Again, another great thing about MagicQ is just it updates in real time. So those are our new effects. I'll try for fun. Let's see if I can figure out what's in here. View item, view cube, view effects. This is a red flick on the Colorado 1 quad. Ah, no, that's why I didn't see it. Oh, this is the one that I made with y'all here, isn't it? Yeah, so I needed the quads on is why I didn't see it. There it goes. And that's just a in to out 2-shot effect. Okay, that's about it. Unfortunately I don't have, I hear we're only on YouTube today. I don't have any questions in front of me right now. I'm hoping maybe our friends will answer any questions as they come in. But after the fact, of course, we always kind of review these videos, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave your questions after we've finished the session, and we'll get back to you. We'll always take a look at these and see what we can answer for you guys and stuff, and don't be afraid to just get back in touch with us also. Appreciate everybody for joining today. I believe next week we have another training Tuesday that's going to be on beat grids, talking about manual beat grids and kind of markers and timelines, stuff like that. So that'll be the focus next week, on beat grids and timeline stuff. I wish everybody happy programming. Have a great rest of your